All right. We're live. Howdy, Hillbilly Nation. This here's Gizzard Gary. Man, I'm glad you guys showed up tonight. Cause we gonna have us a fun time. Yes, sir. We got a lovely side chat going out there. We got us a great panel in the green room starving to death because I didn't put out any food for them. So we better get them in here pretty soon. So anyway, let's go ahead and fire this up. So let's bring in our panel this evening. Here they are. And the first one over here to my right, he's at an undisclosed location somewhere, I believe up north of me. Pat in a bunker. Howdy, Pat.
Well, thanks for having me on tonight, Mr. Gizzard Billy. I do surely appreciate
it.
Well, the good Lord willing and the creeks don't rise, we're going to have us some fun tonight.
Yeah, you bet. You bet. Well, we're glad to have you. I see Ghost Tactical. He says, not gonna lie, this kind of creepy. Well, I don't know what he means by that exactly. So go ahead and introduce my next panelist here. JH586, let's say hello to Jamie. What's going on, Jamie?
Hey man, how y'all doing? Pat, if the Lord's willing, the creek ain't gonna rise, brother. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, I might have screwed that one up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess y'all figured out Hillbilly ain't feeling good tonight, so all your imposters are here to entertain you this evening as best we can. So y'all be patient with us. We'll be patient with you, and everybody have a fun time.
We're gonna do our best. Well, all right. And then over here in the other corner down below me, we have AR Gunz 1776. Let's say hello to Elliot. How's it going?
Hey man, that shocked me, that introduction. I said, "Oh boy, welcome to Hillbilly Nation." Yeehaw! Good to be here.
Yeah.
Good to see the side chat. Good to be with you, Gizzard Billy.
Gizzard Hillbilly. And we got one more coming on, so let's all welcome in Bubba.
What's up, fellas?
Bubba?
Hey, Bubba.
He got to get his ears on first.
Oh no, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. How's it going?
Going good. Eating a little bit of sirloin I happened to cook today. So doing fine.
We got thumbs up from the hillbilly himself. He says, I love it. The people who are used to me on my channel are a little confused, but that's kind of status quo for the people who are on here. We got another panelist coming on. Let's say howdy to Mark Thomas.
Good to see you, Mark.
Hello, all.
Hey, how's it going? Glad to have you in this imposter chat we're doing here this evening.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. We got 18 people. Let's see who all's out there. Pat in a bunker was the first one out there. Chat out there, and then here Kingpin is out there. I also see Krabby Turtle. And there's Jamie out there. And then we got DJ Play Nights out there in the chat. And our normal host, Hillbilly Up, is out there for a little bit, but he is not feeling well at all. So get well soon, Hillbilly, from all of us, I'm sure. Casey Dolph is out there, as is Chris from the 740. Dale Pogue is out there. And Tactical Fud Buck is in the audience. Going down the list here. I hope I don't miss anybody. Misha N is in the audience. Lazy John is out there. Jacob S. He says different night tonight. And as I mentioned, Ghost Tactical is out there. I'm getting an echo from somebody in the panel.
Yeah, I hear it.
Let's see. M. Gabriel is out there. MRC Builds. And that took care of it. 223 DMR is out there. A couple other people mentioning Echo. Well, the Echo's back. X Adam 1
That must
is
be
out
me. I
there.
muted and you said it went away.
Yeah. Tim S is out there. And let's see. Mark Thomas out there and in here. Big Al is out there in the chat. Jacob S says, you on an intercom in a stadium? Boy, I hope not. I think I got everybody. If I didn't see you out there, I apologize. Go ahead and wave your hand out there and say howdy. So let's go back to our panel. And boys, I don't know how Hillbilly runs this. So hopefully, I know you guys are pretty good at talking. So tell us what's going on this evening. What have you done on this fine Saturday? You been having fun, or you been doing chores around the place, or? I know Jamie told me he was mowing.
Yeah, I've been out running the weed eater and hauled garbage off, but I got this box. Are we allowed to do this? I'm doing it anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Lyman 429244. It's a 255 grain semi-wad cutter for the 44 mag and 44 special.
It being a hillbilly show, I thought we was going to go through the squares there for a second. That's why I paused.
Now, Big Al says Hillbilly generally writes checks to all the side panel for $50 each. Well, he's welcome to do that.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. And I'm a retired guy. I don't know about that.
You too? I am too.
Yeah.
But, so another thing he does is springs these topics on us without any forewarning, so we can do no research. And
yeah, we can do that.
I could probably come up with something.
Just generally embarrass us every week, and we keep coming back. I ain't figured it out yet.
Oh, well,
it's because of the planter's nuts and M&Ms.
Yeah.
Well, Travis T is out there, so we got 18 people out there watching this. I do plan on having at least one giveaway tonight, so the hashtag for that is hashtag GizzardBilly, just like it is in the crawl down there. GizzardBilly. So that'll get you entered in the draw, and I don't know what you're going to win. I'll come up with something good, I'm sure. If I have to write $50 checks to all these panelists, that ain't going to leave a whole lot for prizes. But I'm sure I can come up with something here. So let's see. I got to come up with some sort of topic for you guys that's going to both stump you and potentially embarrass you, huh? Well, let's see. I didn't plan on this, so how's about I have to think about this. Go ahead and talk, and I'll spring something on you here in a minute. I'm kind of stumped.
While you're thinking of something, how about letting Pat tell us about that lever action on the wall? Big Al's already brought that up. He's wanting to know, what is that lever gun?
All right, I'll fill Big Al in since he said that right there. That right there is the first gun I ever bought myself. Probably, it's probably been over 20 years ago. That is a Henry 22, and it had the small loop on it when I first bought it. Then quickly, especially with all the rodents and stuff we've got running around over by the feed yard and around the house and everything, groundhogs, skunks, you name it. Put the large lever loop for big gloves in the wintertime on it and actually like it way better. The hand just rotates in there a lot better, and yeah, it's been a dang good gun. Uh, I don't know how many thousands of shots I've ran through that, but it's just got the aluminum receiver, regular sights with the hood on the front sight post. I did have to paint it red on the inside because with the hood it was a little too dark and a little bit hard to pick up. But yeah, it's been a dang good gun. It's rode with me for years and years and years. So, and anything I put through it feeds it, eats it, likes it. Uh, and other than that, just like any other ammunition, some's better than others as far as accuracy. So, but yeah, I love it. Like I said, had it 20 plus years. So I don't have any complaints. I really like Henry's stuff. So
Well, alrighty. Uh, we had a text out there from John Z Disability. He says, "Howdy, y'all. Please say prayers for me." Well, I definitely will. I definitely will do just that. Let's see. MacMan 039 Reloading is out there. And let's see. Chris Lang is in the audience. So, let's just do a quick one real quick. Let's see. Okay, I saw something out there in the private chat.
I just had Mac. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Mac was texting me. I asked him, "Do you want to come on?" But that's
yeah.
Never mind.
So I'm going to put a word on the screen. And Pat, you've already answered this question. But if you want to, you can answer it again. I want to know the proper pronunciation of the word I'm about to put on the screen and why. And we'll start with Jamie. So, Jamie, how do you pronounce this word?
That is pronounced lever.
Yep.
That is pronounced lever. Never anything else. Just lever.
Just lever.
I've heard people say lever.
What's your answer, Elliot?
Same thing, lever. Yeah.
You're a lever. How about you, Bubba?
Oh, that is absolutely lever. Unless, of course, you're talking about a woman, then it's lever.
That was a good one.
Well, that's 4 out of 4. So, how about Mark?
Mark there.
I'm here. I'm trying to work out this microphone issue. Are we still getting an echo?
No.
Well,
Yeah.
when anybody else talks, forget it.
All right, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Have you got a browser open? Another one?
No.
Just one?
Yep. I'm gonna tinker a little bit more. I'll be back.
Okie doke. So out there in the chat, let's see what people are saying out there. Oh, let's see. X Adam 1, he says, "Leave her action, Henry." Let's see. Travis T says, "Lever, I guess that is." I see. I think I saw Abby. Abby Finnegan is out there. So, Star Snoop Dogg is out there in the audience. That's somebody I've known for quite a while, but haven't seen in my chat in a long time. Good to see you, Snoop. I didn't know if you'd forgotten where the YouTubes were or not. 223 DMR says, "Leave her action." But in here, it seems like to me it's pretty much unanimous that it's lever.
Yep, like I said, it's only lever whenever you're getting rid of a woman.
Well, that could be too. So Pat, suppose somebody told you that you were kicked out of the state of Nebraska. You're kicked out of your home state. What would be what state would you go to? What would be your next favorite state other than where you live right now, and why?
Well, nobody's really sure if I live in Nebraska or Kansas or even Colorado, but if I had to leave Nebraska, I would probably have to either go to Kansas, since it's close by, maybe, just because of the freedoms that it shares with Nebraska, or used to, depending on the situation that you're going down. And yeah, the prairie type situation's always been my home. I like the open prairie, even though I like the mountains and stuff. I don't know. I really like the surroundings where I'm at. So I'd probably have to either go to Kansas, or I can't go to Colorado, even though it's beautiful.
Well, yeah.
It's too many,
Well,
too
we'd
many
be glad
liberals.
to have you here in Kansas.
So
Yeah. we might even have a bunker or two that you could hide in down here.
you'd have a new bunker for me set up, ready to go.
If he ever gets kicked out of where
I
he
hate
stays, I'm pulling him to Kentucky.
Well, Jamie, how about you? If you had to move out of your state, what state would you move to?
I'd probably go sleep on Big Al's couch in Oklahoma. No, seriously, I've thought about this, and I've always wanted to go to South Dakota or Montana, but I've always been scared because I'm a mountain man at heart, so I'm kind of afraid I won't come back home if I go to visit. But yeah, I'd definitely stop by Big Al's on the way, that's for sure.
All right. Well, Elliot, how about you?
I probably would do Montana. I thought of
Montana?
Texas, but probably Montana. I love the scenery out there, and I love guns and horses.
But it's too crowded now, Elliot. Nobody goes to Texas anymore.
Yeah, it's. I know. Why I didn't pick that one. I said thought about Montana, and I watched Yellowstone, the show. That's a big show.
I'm back, and I think I might have fixed it. Am I echoing still?
Well, you're not the one that's echoing. It's when everybody else is talking, they echo when you got your mic on. It's like you got YouTube playing on the side or something like that.
Or your speaker too loud.
Speaker, yeah.
Could that be?
Is
You
it
may,
still?
yeah.
Yeah, it's still doing it.
Do you have headphones?
I do have headphones, but I don't have them plugged in.
Plug those in and put them in your ears, and I bet it goes away.
We'll try that.
All right. Well, how about you, Bubba?
If I had to leave my state, I'd go down fighting.
Well, yeah.
But if I had no other options and I couldn't fight, probably go to Florida, hunt gators the rest of my life.
Okay.
It's kind of what I want to do anyway. I want to hunt a gator.
That'd be
There's
cool.
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Well, we got another panelist came on tonight, so MacMan's down there.
Yeah.
Hey, glad to have you. So the question that we're asking the panel right now is, if you all of a sudden were told that you had to move out of your home state, what state would you move to and why?
Anywhere I could do hunting, big game hunting, I'd be quite happy. I wouldn't mind Colorado or, like you said, Wyoming and things like that, but anywhere I could do some decent hunting, maybe North Kansas or somewhere like that.
There you go.
As long as I could get my hunting in, I'd be happy.
Well, that sounds good. All right. Well, let's go back to Mark. Are you up and running now? I don't know if he can hear us.
Might be going through the first setup process
He
right
may
now.
be. Well, we'll come back to him.
And don't ask MacMan the first question.
What was that? I missed that.
How do
No.
you say lever?
You got to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it, McMahon.
How do you pronounce this word on the screen?
If it's related to guns, it's always lever action, but we call it lever.
Thank you, God.
Wow.
He gave the correct answer.
I'm
Since I come over here, I
you
got
know
to
I
get
love
used
you.
to your silly language and phrases, so I got to say lever.
I hear a lot of people say lever. A lot of people do. Definitely.
And the other one is aluminum. That's the big one, isn't it? You say aluminum, we say aluminium.
Aluminium.
Yeah,
Aluminium.
aluminium. Yeah.
There you go.
Say it right, McMahon. Aluminium.
Aluminium.
That always sounds weird to me.
All right, hold on. I got a question. Okay, how do you say? See, hold on. I'll send it to you, Gary. Hold on.
All right.
I'll put it in the private chat.
While we're waiting, Big Al says state of confusion. That I already live there. Oklahoma, he says.
That word right there, Gary. Do that one. I want to see.
Okay. That might be fun. Well,
Uh-oh.
let's do that. All right. Let's see. Save. Let's put it on the screen. And since it's your word, I'll let you go first.
It is pronounced scourge.
Mm-hmm.
It's pronounced scourge.
Okay. I agree. How about you, Pat? How would you pronounce that?
Well, I've always heard it pronounced scourge, so that's the way I've always pronounced it is scourge. So like the scourge of the earth, or something like that. So that's what I'd have to go with anyway.
Real quick, we've got one. Well, if it'd pop up on my screen here. Hold on.
I would say that was scourge.
This guy wants to know, how do you say viejo? That's how I say it, is viejo. I don't know if that's correct or not.
I think that's right.
Well, if I'm being lazy, I'll say Vijo, but I say Viejo.
Vijo, there you go. Chase Duffy is out there. I know a guy named Chase Duffy.
Georgia is a beautiful state.
He's a little bit of a different feller. Yeah, Big Al says, I think Georgia is beautiful. I think most of the states are. He says that's correct. Well, at least I got one thing right tonight. All right, so Jamie, how you pronounce that?
Scourge.
Scourge. Okay. Elliot.
Scourge.
How about you, Mac Man?
Scourge.
Scourge. That's weird.
That was worth it just to hear that. Yeah.
All right, so here's the reason for that, okay? Here's the reason why I wanted to see what everybody thought about it. Scourge is talking about, like an invasion or somebody who's just a general nuisance. Scourge is one of the other pronunciations for it, but that means like a Roman scourging, like when they beat Jesus in the Bible or whatever. That's a scourge. But it's pronounced scourge if you're talking about a quantity, an invading army, an invading dictator, yada, yada, yada. It'd be scourge.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Huh. I'll be dang.
That's why that word's in. It's actually got three different. I can't remember what the third one is, but it's got three different ways to pronounce it, depending on what context it is. And that's an English word.
Yeah. Well, that was fun. A lot more fun than I thought. It generated a lot of talk there, and I learned something. Of course, that doesn't take much. Travis T says there's no A in that word. Ozzy Osbourne is out there. He says, what in the crack lass is this? Well, this here's Hillbilly Nation. Woods is out there.
What I want to know is, what is a crack glass?
I don't know either.
I think they give that to the crackheads on the street.
He's from Indiana. Yeah.
It's to teach them how to fly. Teach crackheads how to fly.
He may have put the L on there accidentally.
No, he's from Illinois, not Indiana. He's from Illinois. That's right. I almost insulted him, said Indiana. No, he's from
Is that a lassie that's on crack? I don't know. I'm just shooting holes on the target over here.
That ain't what we call them in Georgia, but I get where you go.
Okay, I'm glad you picked up on that, JB.
There's no A in.
You were talking about leather guns earlier. Did you see the 2 little videos I put up, guys?
Not yet.
Yeah, no, I hadn't seen it. I seen when you was showing a sneak peek.
Look what I have to buy today.
Cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
So what does that tell you?
your shoulder's going to be hurting here soon.
Me and Jamie's gonna have to join the Gun of the Week club.
I got the new Marlin 1895 4570, the guide model.
Oh,
The one in
nice.
the blue and the nice wood.
Nice.
An old Western
Okay,
round,
well,
man.
So then
well,
I was
I'm
in the
definitely
gun
gonna
shop.
check out that video.
And then last night in my local gun shop, I picked up the Henry Homesteader 9mm carbine.
Yeah, that's the one I saw. I saw the sneak peek on that. I was like, oh.
So yeah, I spoiled
Oh,
myself
man.
again.
What?
Okay. So can you give me a little hint at which magazines you went with on that?
I
then?
went to the
What are you
Henry.
going to be running?
I went
Okay.
to the Henry one because I haven't got any Glock, so I wouldn't have any Glock magazines. And the reason I went to the Henrys, they only come with a 5-round and a 10-round. And when you watch the video, you will see how far they stick down. And if you put a normal magazine, it's going to stick down and you're going to see all the holes in the side and it's just going to look weird. So I went to the Henry plastic mags and they just suit the gun better, I feel.
Gotcha.
So that's why I went with those.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, the Marlin one is already up on my screen, the sneak peek and the full unboxing. And the Henry one will probably be up in about 10 minutes. It's just loading now.
Definitely watch.
Nice.
So, so I just came from last week. I was out there at NRAM out there in Indianapolis, and I was wondering if y'all seen any of the videos from out there, and if so, what's your favorite thing that you saw or favorite gun that you saw out there? So, Pat, we'll go ahead and start with you. Did you see anything you liked out there?
Yeah, I saw several different things. Chris had some AK stuff up there earlier today, and the Henry Homesteader, I think both all had one on that. And my favorite one, and I didn't even know this, the one that kind of threw me for a loop was the Henry 357 38 Special new revolvers that they came out with, just with the regular grip or the bird's head, the bird's head on there. To go along with that big boy series. So that definitely kind of threw me for a loop because I'm a big Henry guy or lever action in general. And I thought they were absolutely beautiful, but the price is definitely going to have to come down before I decide to buy one.
Oh yeah, so, they're proud of that name. That's for sure.
Yes, yeah, that's true. But I tell you what, I've never shot a bird's head, and hopefully I'm saying that right. It was the bird's head grip on there, correct? And
yeah, that's right. That's what you call it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I couldn't remember if I was saying it right, but yeah, I would really like to get my hands on that one just to see how it feels because that looks like a different grip that I've never shot before. So looks really neat. I really like the brass where they put all the brass in, and it's just a really nice looking blued and walnut gun. I mean, just like all the other Henrys. So I think it's beautiful. So that was one of the coolest things that I've seen so far. Anyway, I haven't got through all the NRAM videos on everybody yet, but yeah, definitely gonna have to get caught up. So.
All right, Jamie, how about you?
that Henry Homesteader, it was interesting to me, and the revolvers were as well. But um, to me, that's not a real bird's head style grip. That's like the old police detective grips, where you've got a skinnier grip further away from the frame. A true bird's head to me is the regular grip that is skinnier and round at the bottom. It's not. It almost looks detached from the frame of the gun. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For example,
Yeah.
um, when you watch Tombstone, the guns that Doc Holliday have are what I would refer to as a bird's head grip, and the rest of them are what I would call a square butt. But the what I would refer to as the detective grip is the grip that's skinnier and further away. It's like for people with bigger hands or whatever. It's not the same thing to me. And yeah, Fudd, I wished I'd have known you were sending him some molds too, buddy. But yeah, me and the Scotsman share molds back and forth all the time, so I'm sure I'll get a. I agree with Walter too that you birdie pistolero is, looks better than the Henrys. Uh, but Henry's got a good name and they stand behind their stuff, so I don't think you'll go wrong with if you decide to buy one of those Henry revolvers. Other than that, I saw Chris from the 740s video about the at the SIG booth. That was fairly interesting, and I'm not a I don't do I don't do new style stuff that well that often. So those new 320s with the red dots on them was that's intriguing. I gotta admit. Next,
Next, well, let's go down to Elliot. What'd you see at NRAM that interested you the most?
I did not catch it. I've been busy working on my sports car
Oh,
lately.
okay.
I spent the whole day today getting tires on it, and cleaning the inner wheel barrels.
I got you.
So I usually
Well,
follow that stuff, but not this time.
all righty. Well, we'll ask Bubba then.
I'm gonna have to go with the same thing Pat said. Them Henry revolvers look nice. It was really interesting actually to see it. I liked seeing the new stuff, the Sestavas coming out for their AK series and stuff. That was cool. And then the Nosler rifle looked nice. Chris from 740 had a video on that, and it looked pretty amazing. I'll have to say.
All right. And how about you, Mac man?
Well, like I said, I like to look at those new Henry revolvers. They're pretty expensive. I think they're retailing on their site for like $980.
Yeah.
So they've got to be nice for that sort of money, but it'd be nice to see one of those. But Henry brought out this lever action, which is really stubby. We talked about it the other night. I can't remember what it's called. It's got a really short stock on it, and it's quite stubby. The whole thing is probably only this long.
Mayor's leg.
That's the one. I saw one in the gun show today, and they look really nice.
Oh, wow.
They are nice. I've had the chance to shoot a couple different of their mayor's legs, and they're neat. They're definitely a little bit different to shoot, but they're really neat. They're awesome.
Have they been out a long time, or is it something new?
No, they've had the mayor's leg out for a while now, and most of that stuff was what was the old TV show with Steve McQueen? He was the bounty hunter. He really made the mayor's leg really popular.
He sure did, yeah.
have gun will travel.
No,
Have
No,
gun
that's-
will travel.
Steve McQueen had a show. I'm trying to think of it.
That's it. Yeah, they call it a big boy mare's leg with a side gate.
Yep.
You can get it in 44 and 357, 38, 44, and 45 colt.
Okay, I stand corrected. If you look at this picture, those that is, I would like to see the front of that bird's head grip rounded to match the back. That would be more like what I would refer to as a bird's head, but
Yeah.
they're more of a bird's head than what I'd seen previously. So yeah, those are nice. They're not old west revolvers. Uh, they're definitely not modern era. They seem like they've got that engineering from like the 50s, where you can see the button underneath the barrel right there in the front. You can pull that out and the whole cylinder will come out. It's like kind of like the old H&R revolvers, if y'all remember those.
Yep. Yeah, it's kind of a new twist on an old style gun.
Yeah. I want the new Marlin 3030, but I'm not paying the $1,800 they're asking for it. That's a ton of money for it.
It is a ton of money.
Yeah, it's out online.
I saw, what was it? Benelli came out with a cheaper version for their M4s. Which I thought was pretty cool. It's under $1,000. I mean, for Benelli, that's pretty low. Most Benellis are what, like $2 right now?
Yeah, probably.
I used to watch that show with Steve McQueen. I can't even think of the name when I was young.
Grudge guy said Wanted Dead or Alive. Is that it?
Yes. There it is. Yeah, because Have Gun Will Travel was with Pat Boone.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because he was the guy that always had the card in his hand and wore all black.
Yeah.
That was Pat Boone?
Yeah. No.
Yep. No.
Richard Boone.
Richard Boone. There you go.
Richard Boone. Yeah, there you go.
I was going to say, something wasn't quite right. But you were
he was just trying to throw his name out there again. You know, he's in the bunker and everything.
Yeah, I'm like, Pat Boone
yeah,
sang.
That guy back in the day, Pat the Bunker.
One guy,
Pat Boone's a singer.
Yeah, he sang Pink Sports
Pat Eastwood.
White Carnation, didn't he?
Yeah.
Elvis kicked his, back in the decades.
Yeah, Pat Presley.
Took him.
No, not Pat Presley.
Yeah,
no,
everybody's
no.
named Pat now, I guess.
No,
all right.
no.
Well,
It's
along those same lines, real quick, and I don't know if y'all have any opinions on this. I do. What is something you saw at SHOT Show that was just why? Stupid or bad idea or something? It's like, no, I'm not interested in that at all. How about you, Pat? Let's start. Did you see anything just like, why did they do that?
Most of the videos I've seen have been pretty good, but I saw one that was just, and it wasn't bad, but it was just like, why would you do that? And it was so forgettable that I've even forgot about most of it. I couldn't even tell you what the product was. It was like, okay, that niche has already been filled and you're trying to put a new spin on it, but nobody's going to buy it. Oh, that headrest.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, why would you want that behind your head if you get into a wreck or something and that's all taken out and you get
the pistol safe
like
built
that?
into the headrest? Yeah.
No. It's just like, no, I don't need anything any heavier clocking me in the head when I get into a wreck. And I've been in 5, not counting stock cars, and that stuff hurts. You don't need anything heavy hitting you in the back of the head. I want some padding.
I got good head support in my Corvette. I got it out today on the street and opened it about 70 miles an hour through my neighborhood.
Chad Kelly's out there.
Nice.
What he's not telling you guys is the speed limit's 20.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah,
I almost shot through the driveway. I shot it up my driveway and smoked the tires.
Travis T says the NRA booth that shot. Just why?
I wish I'd got to watch that.
I think
So,
the same
Jamie.
thing if I see the ATF boot at SHOT Show.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll finish this up here real
okay.
quick.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the last thing through that guy's head before he got into that wreck? His gun. That was the last thing that went through his mind before when he got into that wreck. I'm sorry, I don't see any reason for that. I just don't. Ouch. Next.
All right, Jamie. What did you see that just you didn't like?
Well, before I went over and took a look at it, I was kind of that way about those Henry revolvers. There was something else though, and I can't think. I'm like Pat. I can't remember what it was. Oh, all of these Glock Gen 3 clones. How many of those do we need?
You just need one, the dagger. That's it.
No, I don't need that. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Elliot, do you have any opinion on this, or probably not? I'm guessing since you haven't seen any of the videos.
Can't comment. I just
Can't
want to
comment.
I did look at a Ruger Vaquero a few weeks ago. I wanted the action was great, and I went home for about 2 weeks thinking about it. Went back to it, and they sold it, so I lost it.
Yep, you weren't supposed to have that. All right, Bubba, how about you? Worst thing
The
you
50
saw?
BMG pistol.
Yeah. That's
Wow.
a bad
That was the
idea.
dumbest thing I've seen in SHOT Show. The literal dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, one, the terminal ballistic on is terrible. Second,
Whoa.
goodbye wrist.
What? They came out with a
50
50 BMG.
50 BMG pistol
Oh,
with a chainsaw grip on the top.
I'll check that out.
The dumbest thing I have ever seen in my entire life.
Why?
I don't know. That's the thing. That was the question. What did you see that said why? I said why. It makes no sense. And they still got the gigantic J-Mac muzzle brake on the end of it. You know, it's almost bigger than the barrel.
Yeah.
Oh, good
And I'm just
Lord.
like, you
wonder who they're
can't take
targeting.
a gun. And it's a single shot, by the way. It's a single shot.
Gee.
So you pull out the bolt, load it, and then put the bolt back in and fire once. There's no... It makes no sense. And it's a gigantic bolt. I mean, of course, it
And it's
has
got
to
Well,
be
yeah.
BMG.
It's got a folding stock on it, a little metal stock on it. And it looks like it's made by Noreen, is it? Noreen URL
Yeah.
50 BMG single shot.
Yeah, it's dumb. Dumb. Makes no sense.
I wouldn't buy
You
it.
shouldn't take a round that is literally meant to be fired out of like a 28 to 30 inch barrel and put it in like a 15 or 14 inch barrel on a pistol. It's just stupid.
Well,
I wonder who they're
Bubba,
targeting.
I think most of those BFRs are pretty ridiculous anyway.
Yeah.
You know, from 350 Legend on up, 4570 revolvers. I mean, get real, people.
All
I never
right.
cottoned to them, those big giant revolvers. I thought, who would use them? I know guides might use them, granted.
The only person I've seen fired so far has been Brandon Herrera, and Travis. I'm waiting on Scott to get a hold of it.
Oh, good
I can't wait to
Lord.
see that reaction from him. But then again, that man shot a 600 Nitro Express pistol. So, I mean, 50 BMG
Well,
is not too far off the mark for that.
You would have to be built like him to even survive something like that. Take
Plus,
me for
he
example. See how thin my wrist is?
Yeah.
Both of my wrists would be gone, just
Yeah.
obliterated, and the barrel would probably be buried in my head, and I just gone.
As a teenager, I've actually shot sawed-off shotguns, double barrel with the old hammers that pull back with one hand at one time. But I know how to, kind of let it absorb. And actually, everybody looked at me and said, "How do you do that?" I said, "It's easy. Just pull the trigger and just let it move a little bit. Not that big a deal."
But I have 12-inch wrists. Okay, my wrists are 12 inches around. Okay, and I would not fire anything like that. I would not.
Double
I just
barrel,
don't do it.
sawed off. It's easy. It didn't even hurt my wrist at all.
No, I'm talking about the 50 BMG pistol.
Oh no, I wouldn't fire it either. Nope.
Nope.
I wouldn't even try it.
Just no. And what was the other thing he shot off? Was it a 4-bore? Yeah, he shot a 4-bore. Thing looked like a marital aid. The bullet looked like a marital. Hey, go watch the video, and you tell me that those bullets don't look like a marital aid. Okay, I guarantee you, there's a video out there somewhere of that.
Yeah.
That was a big shotgun.
Well, how about you, Mac, man? Anything you saw that you said, why?
I'll go right down the other side of the spectrum to Bubba. I'm going to go for that 22. It looks like a card, like a credit card or whatever it is. That I don't get that. It's
the life
You
card.
know that little zip tin or whatever the heck it's called. Dang it! I got to put a quarter in the swear jar.
I don't know what. Have you got one there, Pat?
Show it.
No,
Buy one.
Can't hold it.
but the guy right above you, we did a shooting competition with that little life card, and that was a blast.
Yeah, that's how we determine the contest winner.
Make another one as well.
Yeah,
shot
it
that-
was fun.
We
It was
shot
fun.
that from, was it 10 yards or 7 yards? We shot that. Everybody got one shot.
7 yards.
And I think, other than the person who won it, I don't think anybody was within a foot of the bullseye.
Nope.
What's that 22 Magnum pistol that shoots twice, like the double barrel?
Oh, the Thunderstruck.
Yeah, that stupid thing. That's another thing I would have said why too if I saw it shot.
They were just weird to me.
Yeah, they say, well, it holds 8 rounds of 22 Magnum. Yeah, but you shoot 2 at a time, so what good does that do you? You literally have 4 shots.
And they're not accurate at all.
No.
In the slightest. Like they don't.
No, it looks like your life card would be more accurate than that dang thing, Gary.
Oh.
I'm not even joking.
I pulled the trigger on one. I went into, where my range is, and they have a gun shop in there. And he had one, and he said, take a look at this. And he said, go ahead and pull the trigger if you want to. And the way that trigger's designed, you got to have 2 fingers on it to pull it. And he said, try pulling it with one. You won't be able to do it because you got to pull it quite a ways back. And it's weird because you can't hardly hold on to the thing because you're trying to take 2 fingers and pull that trigger back. By the time it gets back, you lose complete grip on the gun. It's awful. And the longest, hardest trigger pull I've ever seen on a revolver.
What's that, like a 20-pound trigger pull?
Probably about 20. You about felt like you needed 2 hands on there so you could pull back on that thing.
You fire a Thunderstruck and you see like it hit the target. The shot placements are so off-centered, it might as well be Joe Biden's brain.
I see people out there talking about NAA mini revolvers. Now, I've got 2 of those, and I guarantee I can shoot better with those. And then Travis T mentions the Altor, which I've also shot.
I'd rather shoot an Altor than shoot the other two.
Altor's got an interesting trigger because it doesn't have a traditional brake trigger. It's just a trigger on a spring, and you pull it back until it basically slips out from underneath your finger, and then it flies forward. That's your hammer strike right there. It's a lot of fun.
It's one of those things that's almost kind of comparable to the what's the name of that little 22 that they kept? The zip gun.
Oh yeah,
the world's biggest trash heap, smoldering pile of whatever they were trying to think of right there.
Excrement. Just say excrement and move on.
Yeah, that thing took the
Ruger
mag. Took the Ruger mags and it couldn't cycle more than 2 rounds at a time without jamming.
I used to carry a 25 auto back when they were really big in the 80s, 70s. I carried it a few times, and almost got in a gunfight one night. And I said, I don't think I want to carry this thing anymore. Guy walked out of a bar and pulled his 38 on me, and I stood there looking. I said, "Oh well, I'm outgunned," and I threw the gun in the seat and drove off.
Now, to me, I had a different answer than all of y'all because, and maybe it's just me, but I went by the High Point booth, and they were showing me this new carbine that they'd come out with in 30 super carry. And it's like, is there a big demand for 30 super carry now that you guys are producing a carbine? And exactly who is your audience for this? People who can't handle the recoil of 380 ACP or what? Because they already have a carbine in 380.
Now that's one I won't reload. Some people do.
But no, that's just me. So
Okay.
They might just be trying to revive a dead round.
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Quick question to you, Gary.
Yeah.
What High Point does make a 10 millimeter carbine or not?
Yes,
yet?
they do.
Okay. All right. I thought they did because it was 9, 10, and 45, and now 30 super carry.
No, they got a
Right.
40 also.
Oh yeah, the 40. Yeah, they got the 40 Smith & Wesson. So
Yeah, so 30 super carry, 380, 9 millimeter, 40,
Are they-
45, 10. So yeah, they got 6 different models.
okay, so did they do that? Are they fitting any more bullets in the magazine on the 30 super carry or not?
10 round mags. I asked
Okay,
them.
still 10. Still 10. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because
Well,
you'd think
I
they
don't
could, but
seem like-
they didn't. So don't ask
Okay,
me
that's-
why.
That's weird. No, I'm not going to ask you why. I'm just saying it's weird. 30 super carry. Okay, sure.
Well, it
Living
is
that
the
life.
top of the hour, so let's take a look at our giveaway screen and see if we got anybody that's wanting to win something tonight. Looks like we got 8 people out there so far that are entered. You still have a little bit of time if you want to. That hashtag is just like it is on the screen. Hashtag GizzardBilly.
You're on your channel, right, Gary?
Yes.
Okay, I got to get there. Hang on.
So I got to decide what I'm going to give away. I will definitely give away a Gizzard Gary channel sticker, and I'll throw in a Gizzard Gary magnet too. I don't know about Hillbilly. Usually gives away a pocket knife, and if I knew what pocket knife he give away, heck, I'd give it away. But I don't happen to know what model knife that is.
Actually, if everybody's wanting to see one, I did win one, so I can model one off so everybody can see it. Let me pull it.
But I'll get that information from Hillbilly, and I'll make sure you get one.
All right, well, give me 2 seconds. I'll run up.
And it seems like to me they're available in different colors like black, red, and green. Is that right? Or I can't remember.
Hey guys, I'm just going to jump off. I'm going to go and have some. My wife's just finished cooking, so if you're still on, I'll jump back on in a bit. But I'm going to go and have some dinner.
All righty. Well, enjoy. Glad to have you always.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
You betcha.
Bye, Mac.
Take care, Mac.
So we got 15 out there. Chad Kelly says, thanks for filling in. Thank you for being here. As with everybody. Chad says he's picking up this TX-22. I got one of those. Yeah, you will like that.
That's probably the best semi-auto 22 pistol I've ever fired.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, I do have the knife to model.
Okay.
This is the Albatross right here.
Let me put you.
Okay.
Let me put you. Well, once I figure out how. That wasn't the right button. Let's do this one right here. Boom. Okay.
Okay. This is the albatross right here. Um, it's kind of a survival slash multi-use knife. It's got your ever important bottle opener right there. It does
Okay.
have a little flashlight and comes with an extra set of batteries. And it's magnetic, so it holds right there in the holder. It's got a rope slash seatbelt cutter right there. It's got a window breaker out on the end right there. And for the true survivalist, it has a flint and steel on it. If I can get it to do it. Here, if I get it. Yep, there we
Yeah,
go.
I saw it. Hold that
So,
up to the screen real quick again, would you?
Little ferro rod. Yeah.
Yep.
I've looked at a few of them on Amazon lately.
And it is a half regular edge, and it is a hollow grind on there. So you got some serrations on the backside right there. Let me see if I can get it to go there. It's serrated on the back half, and it is a regular straight edge or double edge on the front all the way up to the tip right there. Probably not doing it justice like Hillbilly does, but I will try my best. So, but yeah, that is the albatross. So, and they do come in red, black, blue, and green, if I'm not mistaken. So I think.
Yeah, Hillbilly just popped it up in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. So, anyway, that is the albatross.
Okay. All righty. Well, thank you. So
Not a
let's
problem.
get back here. There we go. We got 17 people entered in there. I'm going to give you one more minute to get that hashtag entered. I want everybody to get a chance. But
Got 27 on.
Hillbilly said he would take care of that. And I'm still gonna go ahead and throw in my channel stuff and probably throw in a few stickers, maybe a patch or two. All right. Bernie says knives are dangerous. You should look into getting a gun.
Yeah, that's what I was laughing at.
They're dangerous. They're dangerous in the UK.
Yeah.
He got a license for that.
Yeah, they're very dangerous.
I see you have a license. Do you have a license for that license?
Oh, let's see. All righty. It doesn't look like we're going to get any more than 17, so let's go ahead and hit the button. And good luck, everybody. Who's going to be our winner? Ozzy Osbourne. He wins on my program all the time. He come over here, he's going to win this one too, huh? I just saw Ozzy, met him for the first time out there at NRAM this past weekend. Well, congratulations, Ozzy. I believe I have your address. Let's just say he might have won more. Oh, he says roll again. Oh.
Wow.
Oh, second chance, folks. Roll again, he says.
That's nice of him.
All right. Well, thank you, Ozzy. Who's going to win this time?
Wow.
Oh, looky there. Looky
Yeah.
there.
Oh, Walter.
Walter's our winner.
There's Walter. Congratulations, Walter.
Congrats, Walter.
I didn't get to enter.
You forgot to?
I forgot to enter. I don't enter.
I almost did.
Well, heck yeah. I reckon he's going to take it. Well, everybody could use a good knife, and I know I don't have one of those. That's for sure. I have tried on Hillbilly's program a few times, and I haven't been lucky enough to win over here.
I carry a knife wherever I go.
Oh, I carry at least one, if not two.
Yep. The knife is good enough that I've cut string off of bales in one setting. I did 30 bales straight and it was still cutting twine, piercing straight into the bale. So it holds a pretty good edge.
Now, is that a
So,
combo blade on there, or is it a straight blade?
yeah, no, it is a combo blade. It does have serrations
That does help.
at the bottom, at the choil. So, but most of the time when I'm cutting twine or anything like that, I'm actually using from the point to about a quarter of the way back. So that's where most of my knife work on a cutting twine or rope or anything like that is usually done. So, but yeah, the serrations definitely do help, especially when you get into big rope and stuff
Well,
like that.
heck
It
yeah.
really does. So yeah, it's a good knife for the price. Good knife for the price.
Heck yeah. All right. Well, let's real quick, I guess. Let's do this. Pat,
Yes,
you're
sir.
gonna order a pizza. What toppings you have to have on there?
Well, if it's a pizza just for me, I've got to do black olive, onion, bell pepper, and I've got to have the hot sausage, the hot spicy sausage on it.
Giggity.
And yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
so
let's
far,
see
so
what
far
else.
you get to stay in the chat. Okay.
And
There's only one thing you could say that might get you in trouble.
and probably the three cheese, the Fiesta cheese on there, not just mozzarella. I love the cheddar and the little bit of the jalapeno jack mixed in there too. So I like the three cheese Fiesta blend on top of there. Just spices it up a little bit. So yeah, if it was just me, that's what I go. And maybe every once in a while I'll throw a little extra meat on there, do some pepperoni too.
All right. How about you, Jamie? You a pizza guy?
I like I'm like Pat. I like those meat lovers pizzas with all different kinds of meat on there. Um, basically, the whatever you buying it from, their ultimate pizza with all that. But sometimes I really like a Philly cheesesteak pizza.
Yeah, those are good.
So the Hawaiian pizzas, that's good if if you're at a buffet and you can have lots of other pizzas too. But to order a pineapple ham pizza is just not me. But
No.
yeah,
Me either. Well, how about you, Elliot?
Basically supreme, no anchovies. I hate them things. I won't eat a pizza with that. But bell pepper, the whole works.
Yeah, I'm a supreme guy myself.
yeah.
They're good.
How about you, Bubba?
It depends on the mood I'm feeling. But normally I'll get chicken, some banana peppers, bacon, and Alfredo sauce instead of marinara. It's usually what I'll go for.
All right. Well, you all passed because I never once heard the word pineapple come out of anybody's mouth. So
I won't eat that.
somebody kind of verged on it a little bit. Jamie did, but he passes because it wasn't his first choice. So.
No, I said that I'm not that guy. So, and the only reason I brought it up is because I was talking about it in the side chat. Mark said he was a simple man. Pepperoni, that's good.
Black olives are good.
Now,
Bell pepper.
now, if I'm making it myself, I'll make shrimp pizza just because I'm weird like that.
I've never had that.
It's just
I
the
love
same
shrimp.
thing as what I'd ordered before. Just like bacon, shrimp, banana peppers, and Alfredo. It'd be the same exact thing. It's
Man,
like
shrimp,
having Alfredo with shrimp in it, just on a pizza.
shrimp's like bacon. It makes everything better.
Yeah, it does.
From a cup of coffee to a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I'm a big shrimp guy and raw oysters. I've ate 4 dozen at one sit down, silver dollar size.
Usually, if I'm doing shrimp, I'm usually doing a shrimp bowl or crawfish bowl.
I've ate those. Crawfish.
Yeah.
Yep, those are good. That's good.
All right, let's go. Let's go backwards through the chat, and I got another question for you.
Okay,
Sardines.
so me first. Okay.
Yeah. Miracle Whip or mayonnaise, and if it's mayonnaise, what brand of mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise Hellman's.
All right, Elliot.
Blue plate mayonnaise. I think it's blue
Blue
plate.
plate mayonnaise. Jamie.
French's yellow mustard.
I did that one too.
It's not one of the choices.
That's a
not
cop
mayonnaise.
out. That's what that.
That's no cop out, brother. I don't eat mayonnaise.
Don't eat either one. All right, fair enough. Pat.
I got to go with AR on this one. I can't get it up around in my area, but that blue plate, man, I
Good stuff.
love that blue plate stuff. That is good stuff.
I've never had it.
Oh, that's good.
Now Duke's is good. Duke's is good mayonnaise.
I've had that.
I'm seeing some people saying Miracle Whip out there. What's wrong with you people? Come on, man.
I've did that a few times over the years. I had a friend used to do it a lot on every sandwich.
Okay. Let's see. Be careful. Don't give me the wrong answer on this one. Pat, you're ordering a steak. How do you want it cooked?
God's way. Medium rare.
All right, Jamie.
I want the blood warm.
All right,
Attaboy.
Elliot.
Attaboy.
I was waiting for this one. Knock his horns off, wipe his ass, and bring it out of the pan.
Yes, the cowboy
Bubba.
way.
Bubba, are we going to cook it at all?
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with medium rare. I like the blood, man. I don't know why, man. I don't even care if the thing's still moving. I'll go after it. I don't care.
So far, I think we can all eat at the same restaurant and be pretty good. All right, let's see if I can embarrass anybody on this one. Pat, you ready?
Oh boy.
Are you sure you're ready?
Sure.
You're-
We'll give it a
100
whirl.
You're
I'm not
100%
liking this
sure
no
you're
more.
ready.
No.
Boxers or briefs?
I do the combo. I do the boxer briefs.
Jamie,
Boxer briefs.
Elliot,
Boxers. Yeah.
and Bubba.
Commando.
I knew you was going to say
He's
I wear no thongs. I don't
I was
do
going to say
thongs.
somebody's going to say neither one.
Every once in a while, I like to wear a T-back, just to be classy. But no. If I'm wearing underwear, it's gonna be boxers. Like hands down.
I have a good story to say, but I can't tell it on here live. I'll tell it to you guys later.
Let's see. Out there.
You're right. I wear thongs. All right, hillbilly, leave me alone. Sometimes I want to feel pretty.
And they support.
Yeah, they usually got a nice little cup in the front. Just pull it up, like it's just sitting there, like you feel safe. It's good.
This chat has gone downhill.
Oh,
in
I
an
know it.
TMI guys.
Every once in a while, I wear a girdle. What's going on?
Dang it, Gizzard Billy.
You got,
Yeah, I just want everybody to have fun,
that girl reminded me of a story. I research Elvis a lot. I heard that they wrapped him with saran wrap in the concerts in the later year.
They did.
Yep, that's why he didn't wear a girdle. He did, but they also wrapped him with saran wrap real tight. I thought, wow, that was a trip.
Probably how he died in the
Aluminum
toilet. He wrapped
foil.
a saran wrap, tried to take it down, but it was too much force.
I wouldn't let no one do that to me. I don't care if I, ugh.
Wow. That would get, well, no wonder he sweated all the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would too if you wrapped me up in saran wrap.
Yeah, can't sweat.
Michael says, no one gonna watch Hillbilly's channel anymore. Or mine.
Well, look, I haven't said anything goofy in a while, so I had to say something when it came around to me. I have a quota to fill, okay? Plus, I need Pat to choke on a beer again.
Oh, yeah, he hasn't done that yet, has he? He's got his
I'll get
camera off. He must
I'll
be
get him.
choking right about now.
He did. That's why he turned that.
The last time I choked on a beer, my ex-wife come over to me and my brother's house, and she was there with her new husband, and I was drinking a long neck, and the guy says, "I met me a good one now. She don't cheat like my first one did." And I choked right there, and the beer flew, and she said, "You should shut your mouth, you SOB." I laughed, man. I just broke up. I thought it was funny he said that.
What's up, G23?
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't choking on a beer this time.
Sure, you are.
He was choking on a roll of sausage.
No, I was getting a reload.
Tiny whiteys. I hadn't heard that word in a long time.
No, I hadn't either.
Oh, just grab a PBR, Pat. I mean, your name's in it.
Oh, I see some branding going that way now. Thanks for the idea, Bubba.
Wow.
Pat's bunker ribbon.
Hope she never watches this because she'll call me.
I'll drink it.
I don't mind a good PBR every once in a while.
You like what?
I said I don't mind a good PBR every once in a while. It's better than Bud Light right now.
They pull Bud out of some of the bars around here. Bud went up so high on draft.
And I haven't drank that in ages anyway. But
so I never liked Bud Light anyway.
No,
I ain't never liked Budweiser just in general. I'm not a beer guy. I'm a bourbon guy.
Yeah, that's a good way to be. But
tell us about your favorite bourbon then.
Okay. My favorite bourbon is pretty much Jim Beam. Jim Beam has always been my favorite bourbon. It will always be my favorite bourbon. Now I like Knob Creek every once in a while, and I do like well, I guess it's technically a whiskey. I do like Wild Turkey.
Oh wow!
But if I drink Wild Turkey, it's got to be the honey. Just something about the honey just tastes so good. As far as for Jim Beam, I like the Red Stag. I like all the weird flavored ones too. And I like the Red Stag because I can make brownies with the Red Stag. And them things are good. Tastes like red velvet chocolate brownies.
You do realize Knob Creek is still Jim Beam, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The 9100 is, Knob Creek.
I live 20 minutes away from the Jim Beam factory. I've been there several times.
Yeah, I bet.
I took a couple of my buddies that came down from Virginia, and we went and did the tour for Jim Beam. And they loved it, and we got in for free because they're both retired military. So Jim Beam, whenever you go to do a tour, if you're retired military, you get in for free. Your whole party gets in for free. And so they have like taste testing at the end of it or whatever. And then the next time they came out, they brought their dad with them, and they wanted to go to the Jack Daniel's distillery. So we went down there. They gave them a 15% discount. The tour guy was drunk the entire time and was sneaking shots out of his flask, out of his boggin on his head. So we didn't understand a word the guy was saying at all. So most of us was just sitting there just reading the cards. And we got to the taste testing, and they gave us something they said that Frank Sinatra loved entirely. And I was just like, okay, cool. This might be good. Took a drink. Stared around for a little bit. Tastes like rubbing alcohol smells. And they said, so what was your favorite flavor? I said, Jim Beam Red Stag. Yeah, we wasn't welcome back there. So we left there. We left Litchfield. Come all the way back up to my house in Kentucky. And they said, man, we really should have just took Dad to the Jim Beam factory. I said, I don't mind going again. Sure shit. Another quarter in the swear jar. But sure as it could be, we went back up there to the Jim Beam factory, and the guy looking there doing tours was the same guy who did it last time for us. He goes, you're back? He goes, yeah, he had to bring his dad with us this time. And, oh, okay. So they know me pretty well. I actually got the recipe for the Red Stag brownies from the tour guide. So it was pretty cool.
Nice.
Well, anybody else want to tell us what your favorite booze of choice is? How about you, Elliot?
Used to drink Jack Daniels and Lim Motlow. years ago, decades ago. I quit because it just, ooh, I would do too much of it and just get loony. So
Yeah.
I quit. And Jim Beam's good. That's actually a Hank Jr. song. So you can't beat that.
Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff.
Yep.
That's true.
It's just
Jamie?
smoother. It's just smoother. Jack Daniels just burned the whole way. It doesn't have
Yeah.
that taste.
I don't drink it anymore.
How about you, Jamie? You got a favorite?
Not really. I'm a church going man, so all my drinking days are behind me. But I can remember a little bit. The Isla Scotches were always interesting to me back in the day. The real smoky, peaty ones, and
Yeah.
I liked. I think that uh, Wild Turkey 101 is probably your best deal, dollar for dollar
Get you drunk.
for a good bourbon. Um,
I have the
and
wild turkey back there in
I
my
like
room.
the I like the I like more of the history of it because it's part of Americana, and I study up on um, the definitions of the things like that, but I don't drink like I used to, or hardly at all. But it's just it's interesting to me, the process and all that kind of stuff. The different flavor characteristics and hints of different things in there. I mean, you always got that caramel, that sweet, that corn sugar kind of flavor in there. But if you would take advice from a man that don't drink, Wild Turkey 101 and the Knob Creek 9-year-old 100 proof uh, is probably your two best deals. And the reason being, when you're looking at proofs in alcohol, uh, what that is double the percentage of alcohol,
Yeah.
APV, alcohol by volume. So when you get under 100 proof, you're buying more water than you are the alcohol. Just saying, if you're okay with that, that's fine. Do your thing. I'm just back when I drank a lot. It was more. I was more on the higher proof kind of thing. I loved the small batches, the single barrels, cast strength, 120 to 126, 128 proof stuff.
Yeah. And I'm
Yeah,
a
you were. Oh, go ahead, Jamie. Go.
You ever had any moonshine, Jamie, in Georgia? White lightning?
Does a duck float on water?
Old Smokies is good. Old Smokies is good. I like him.
Pat, I'd ask you, but I know you're not a drinking man.
No.
As he looks at like several empty bottles on his desk.
I'm
well,
like Jamie. I don't drink anymore.
What's
well,
your age?
I'll put it this way: I have slowed way down compared to what I used to. I'm primarily a beer guy now. I used to do a lot of whiskeys and stuff, and I still do every once in a while, but it's in very, very moderation. I used to be a big fan of Johnny Walker, the Black Label, the real high dollar,
No, yeah.
and used to do, and I had to just completely because I got totally stupid on those Canadians up there and all the whiskey that they made. And I was just nope, I'm just done about 20 years ago. And but no, actually, some of my favorite stuff didn't even come from any manufacturer. We had some old boys out here, probably about it's probably been about 10, 15 years ago when they finally quit doing it. Still grade on some fruits and some corn, and oh man, those guys were wizards. And we're talking just like what Jamie said. Once you get up above that 100 and everything, and you're just sipping back on it. I watched a guy one time. We were at a graduation party, and it came from this guy's still, and he had one of those double shot glasses, and he took one of those and slugged it back. Oh man, that's really smooth. And then he took another one and slugged it back. Yeah, that guy about 10 minutes later,
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't worth an ounce of nothing after that. But
Did you
man,
like
some of
pour
that.
him in the car?
That
Oh, he didn't go in my car. No, he went in somebody else's car, but he was done. I mean, he was flat done. But no,
yeah.
these guys would do homemade wine and corn liquor and everything. Oh man, it was smooth. It was, I don't know what they did to it. I didn't ask, but man, some of the best liquor I had came out of a still or out of a vat being fermented. Some of the best stuff I ever had didn't even have a brand on
Me and a
it. And
friend got a hold of it one night here when I was about 15, 16. And I had a friend, he was Cherokee Indian. He was kind of wild. And he was only 15. He was in a parking lot of a Dairy Queen, and he turned up a half a pint of White Lightning corn liquor and just guzzled it down his gut and dropped like a rock in a few
oh,
seconds later, man. I mean,
oh,
I've never seen nobody do that to
Wow.
this day.
not smart, not
No,
smart.
no, he could have died. And took him
Oh,
quite a bit, 15, 20 minutes to get coherent and get up.
Now, Pat, I'll tell you how big a drinker I am. You know, the last time I had a beer, you were
the
there.
last one I gave you.
June of last year. That's how often I drink a beer. Maybe one or two a year.
I have no interest in it anymore.
I don't either, unless I'm just being sociable with a friend or something like that. I might enjoy a beer with him, but to go
Yeah.
out and buy it myself,
Yeah,
I don't. I just don't keep it around the house. Now, I do occasionally sip a little bit of whiskey, and I mean, just put a little bit in a shot glass, like maybe a quarter of an inch, and just sip on that just for flavor. And I'll do that with maybe a peanut butter flavored whiskey or something because I do tend to like that stuff to sip on every once in a while. But that's maybe 3 or 4 times a year that I even do that. So, nah, I'm just, it upsets my stomach. I really not supposed to have it anyway with my diabetes and everything else. And I pretty much gave up any kind of hard drinking I ever did back in 2004, believe it or not. So it's been almost 20 years.
Me too.
So,
Yeah, I
so
don't think I've drank to get drunk since I was 17, if that tells you anything about my life.
I used to do it mostly, even when I went to the clubs years ago when it was in there. I'd only do it socially, but then I would go on a bender. I could just drink shots, you name it, man. I
yep,
could drink it.
yep. That's
I'd,
the way I
I'd,
used to be, and I had to cut that out about 20 years ago.
I'd
Hmm.
just rather have a nice cold can of soda pop or something like that anymore.
Yeah.
That way I don't have to
Well,
worry about driving home. I don't have to have a designated driver. I know who's driving me home. I am.
yep.
So
Well, it gives you. Oh,
I
go ahead,
gotta
Jamie.
I gotta get ready to go to church, but
Yeah.
our pastor did a sermon back in 2000 and I guess 2003, 2004, and all about alcohol is the number one drug problem in America, and it kills all these people in car wrecks and this, that, and the other. And you know, I came home and everything I had in the house I poured down the drain after that sermon. But as I've matured in Christianity and studied Bible on myself, on for myself, on my own, you know, there's no commandment in the Bible that says thou shalt not partake of alcohol. I believe the Lord wants his people to do life. And I think he came to give us an abundant life. And if part of your abundant life is having a drink at your house by yourself or with your family or friends or whatever, and you're not making yourself intoxicated and you're not abusing other people, then it really ain't nobody's business, you know. And what
Agreed.
what I choose to do with on my time is, you know, maybe that's not what you choose to do, but that's fine. I've learned um, in my Christian walk we're supposed to go and make disciples. Well, part of that making disciples is meeting people where they're at.
Yeah.
And you can't come along beside somebody and lead them to a better life in Christ when you immediately judge them for having a drink. You can't do it.
That's right.
You've got to be in a neutral position. So I would never go out to like some kind of a mission get together or whatever, wearing anything but my CMA colors or some button down plain shirt. That I wouldn't go out wearing Georgia stuff because I'd be afraid there'd be somebody from another college football fan. I'm alienating them right away. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, so, like, if I go up and start talking to a guy with an Alabama shirt on, say, "Hey, man, you want to come to my church?" or "Let me tell you about my Jesus," or whatever. He's done seen my Georgia stuff. He don't. He don't. He don't. It's past that now. He don't care what I got to say. I mean, that's a simple illustration, but that's what I'm
Yeah.
getting. But
Yep.
Well,
I know where you're coming from.
if you've got to scoot out, Jamie, do you have any plugs you'd like to give before you leave?
Georgia Shooting Connection live chat Friday nights 8 o'clock. I'm gonna be working on a video about lever actions. I got a couple of lever
Sounds
actions
cool.
I'm gonna show off, and some zinc bullets and some loads from Andy 79 Z28. But I started recording some of that footage today, and hopefully it'll be up by middle of next week. Man, thanks for having me, Gary. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Thank you for being here. Enjoyed it.
Good
And
being with you, Jamie.
we need to do more stuff together, man. I rarely ever get to be on with you guys. With you.
Yeah, you bet.
Good night, guys. Have a great weekend.
Night,
Take
man.
care,
Have a
Jamie.
good one,
Night,
Jamie.
Jamie.
Good being with him.
All right, let's go ahead and tie things up. Pat, you got anything going on we need to know about? Any plans? Anything coming out on your channel? Maybe you want to plug.
Well, I've got some stuff recorded. It's on there, but like I said, Elon has decided to put me off for another couple weeks,
Uh-oh.
so I don't. My like I've said before, I said my upload speed can go from anywhere from 2 hours to 2 days, and it's like, nope, I ain't messing with that. I'll just when I've got more reliable stuff, I'll get stuff downloaded and put it on. So nothing right now, and I'm really in my busy season right now. I'm hitting the fields, I'm spraying and planting and stuff right now. The only reason I'm even here on tonight is because it's like 29 degrees outside right now, and I'm not planting and I'm not spraying. So everything would be freezing up right about now. So anyway, yeah, not much, but yeah, there will be stuff coming in the future once I get more reliable stuff going on. So look for that, and look for all these guys right here. Everybody's putting out good content, podcasts and stuff. So yeah, go give these guys a subscribe, share, and a like. So all these
Well,
good
thank you.
people here.
Well, thank you. We're glad to
Thank
have you. Thanks for being here. All right, Elliot, it's your turn. What have you got to let us know about? You got stuff coming up.
I'm gonna do a few morning coffees. I hope this coming week, and I'm gonna do Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to do another show with this mic, which I may just pull it closer to me the next time. So that's about it.
All right.
And do a little reloading.
Sounds good. Well, thank you for being on tonight. We appreciate it.
Enjoyed it, man. Thank you for having me.
You betcha.
Great being with you.
Bubba, what do you got coming up, buddy?
Let's see. I'm hopefully I get to the range either tomorrow after church or Monday. Test out that there Ruger I got for competitions. I put that scope on it. Scope's about as long as the barrel.
Yeah.
I I put the sunshade on it. It was literally like it was longer than the barrel when I put the sunshade
I'll
on.
bet.
But I mean, it's an 18-inch barrel. It's a bull barrel, and I'm going to be sighting that in here soon, hopefully. Which YouTube doesn't like to show the sight in videos, so I'm just probably not going to say I'm sighting it in.
Right.
Testing that out. Got a 38 special I need to test out. I actually got some. You're allowed to show ammunition on streams, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So I got a couple different boxes of PMC and ammo ink. I'm going to try out and see how it runs in it. I got a couple other reloads my buddy made for me to try out. He made wad cutters out of 38 special, which I thought was going to be really weird. So I was like, I'll give it a shot. So that's what's coming up pretty much. And I'm more curious about the rifle than I am anything, just because, I'm going to be doing competitions with it, and I kind of want to get that thing dialed in.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
What caliber is it, Bubba?
It's just a little .22 LR,
22.
but it's got a bull barrel on it. And it's that bolt on it's smooth. That's smooth as butter, and I got it for a pretty good price. The sell price on Ruger, I think it was like $7 something. I got it for like $3 something.
Wow,
nice.
So, yeah, they had a pretty good sale on. I was just like, I'm grabbing it. But if I end up liking competitions and stuff, and I start getting pretty good at it, I'm probably going to buy me a Tikka T1X and work off of that. So that's my plans for the future.
Tikka's good. I've had a Tikka.
Yeah, Tikka's good. One thing, don't shy away, just because I've been in some of those competitions and stuff, and some of the best stuff that I've seen shoot. Somebody put a Anschutz barrel on a Ruger 1022, and holy crap, that thing was a tack driver. So I know they're expensive. I know anything with the AN word on it is expensive, but man, do they shoot. They shoot.
Yeah.
Well, see, as I had a lot of people tell me, like Christensen Arms, CZ, Bergera, I'm just like, okay, Bergera only likes one type of ammunition. I'm not shooting that. I'm a poor old country boy, and I barely could find Norma anywhere, let alone Ely or any of that. So, and a Tikka could shoot anything.
Yeah.
And that can shoot pretty much anything. And apparently CCI Standard's the best ones for that, because Boomstick was telling me about that. Like, me and him always talk back and forth and stuff. And I usually trust him on stuff just because he shoots half-inch groups with almost literally every rifle he has. So, I usually trust his opinion on a lot of stuff. So, I'm hoping.
There's Bergeros right not far from me here at the plant. They got one here.
I like the look of the Bergera. I don't like the weight.
Yeah, I don't either.
And it's just I don't feel if this makes sense to anybody. I don't want a gun that cannot handle different ammos. I don't.
Right.
Because you never know if we're going to have another ammo shortage like we had in 2020 and all of them. You never know if we're going to get another one of them again. And CCI was always there. I could always get CCI. So if it can't shoot CCI, it ain't worth it.
That's right.
Dang. So that's just me. But yeah.
That's right. Let's go ahead and tie this up. So I want to thank everybody who was on the panel this evening. Thanks for making this a great show. Thanks for everybody watching out there. It was fun filling in for Hillbilly tonight. So thanks to everybody who watched out there in YouTube's and on the Facebook side, and maybe even a couple over there on Twitch. We loved having you. And so I've don't want to promote my own channel tonight because I'm filling in for Hillbilly, so I want to promote Hillbilly Up. So if you're watching this and you're not subscribed to Hillbilly Up, then you need to go over to his channel and subscribe because he does this every week and he does it far better than I do. So anyway, thanks everybody for the show. I sure appreciate it. Thanks for coming on here. I want to wish you all a safe and happy weekend. And remember, as Hillbilly would say, remember to go out there and do something nice for somebody in the next few days. Make somebody's life better than it already is. If you could do that, I sure would appreciate it. And remember, Hillbilly loves you, and I do too. So thank you for watching, and hopefully, Hillbilly, you're still out there. Get well soon, sir. Be praying for you, and hopefully we will see everybody next week. So take care and good evening.